We all pretty much hate Jar Jar Binks. He gets too much plot armor than he deserves, he's always an annoyance, and he's really out of place in the Star Wars saga. When a lot of us think back to The Phantom Menace, we often think straight to Jar Jar Binks because he's such a poor part that really does stand out. But there has been a lot of people that have started a theory that he actually is more important than he seems. Welcome to Your Theory Sucks. Today we are going to be discussing the theory that people have spread on the internet that Jar Jar Binks is actually the Supreme Sith Lord. Now, I'm not talking about the people that almost jokingly put this theory out there. I think that's totally fine. I think it's fun just to have those little theories as like a what-if situation. But there are some people that honestly believe that Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord that is more powerful than Sidious, and I'm going to break down their reasons as to why they're totally wrong. The first piece of evidence that people are using is that Jar Jar moves his hands and is using a Jedi mind trick when using the Force whenever he waves his hand. Firstly, we can just look at this hand waving scene, or I guess the scenes where he just moves his hand and people think that he's using the Force in that moment. And I think the only way to describe how stupid this is and to kind of put this theory to the ground is body language exists. This speaker isn't mind tricking the audience. He's just using body language. Oh crap guys, Donald Trump, he's the Supreme Sith. Look at him use that mind trick. Holy shit, guys, the First Order has an army of Force sensitives. Look at them use that mind trick. It's really dumb. The next piece of evidence that people are taking as Jar Jar must be Force sensitive is that he did this big jump in dive into the water, and that must mean that he's using the Force, right? Now, if this was a human doing it, then I would say, yes, you're correct, because humans can't do that. If you stand up from wherever you're sitting or whatever you're doing to watch this video, and you try and jump, you're not going to be able to jump that high, because we can't physically do that. But in case you haven't noticed, Jar Jar is a made-up alien species. He can do that sort of thing if that's what they've written. Even if you look at these two clips of a Jedi using a Force jump and Jar Jar just jumping, you can see the difference. You can see that Jar Jar's using the momentum of his body and his legs and he's pushing himself up, whereas a Jedi is actually using the Force to kind of push them into the air. And I just find this so dumb. Why would this point to Jar Jar being Force sensitive? He's just jumping. Now, this is the bit that honestly I think is the most plausible reason for Jar Jar possibly being Force sensitive, and it's the big battle scene where he's basically just accidentally killing a bunch of droids and not getting shot himself. As for a reason for this, the only real thing I can think of is plot armor. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically just the word we use to describe for a character being protected by the story, I guess. So if the director wants them to stay alive, then nothing can hurt them. Plot armor. As for an in-universe reason, the only thing I can really think of is dumb luck. I don't know really how else to explain it. I guess you could say the droids were still in their early stages. They weren't really fit for battle yet. So I guess you could also use that. But I'm gonna just have to say that it's mostly luck. There's no way that the Force was, like, he was using the Force. It's just gotta be luck and the droids not being fully developed just yet for battle. Now, a lot of people actually think that in Revenge of the Sith, when Jar Jar gave the emergency powers to Palpatine, it's because that they're working together, and that Jar Jar's actually Palpatine's master. I guess it would be kind of cool for Palpatine to be the figurehead for everything, and for Jar Jar to be the master. Maybe Jar Jar's Darth Plagueis. But I don't know. For me, it really was presented as Palpatine manipulating Jar Jar instead of anything else, like Jar Jar doing it on his own accord. If Jar Jar was purposely putting Palpatine into a power position so the Sith could rule, then why does this scene exist where Palpatine is trying to guilt trip Jar Jar into putting him into power? But what do you guys think? Do you think there's even a slight possibility that Jar Jar Binks is the Sith Lord that we have all been trying to find? Leave what you think in the comments down below. Also, if you've got any suggestions for some Your Theory Sucks videos, leave them also down there. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day.